Welcome to the DraftKings postgame show. This, of course, Season 2, ball in play, the third of our 4 quarterfinals. Loveia's takes care of Team Baggage, 62-60 your final. And you're thinking, okay, that's a close game, but Loveia's are like, nah, we only hit once because that's what we do. And it really all started with the opening coin toss, right? Loveia's won, elected to say we're going to be in the field, which no team had done throughout the season. And it worked to perfection.
It is actually amazing because the game played out exactly as Dalton told me it was when he said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put pressure on them. We want to get a couple of early wickets, and then they're just going to squeeze. And they did. And Team Baggage, I really feel for them, but the pressure really, really told. And, man, there was some grudge happening there between Hammad and Father Shay as well. That played out as a big part of it too.
So that means Loveia's has now punched its ticket onto the semifinal round. 5 more big points in the chase for the inaugural Warehouse Cup as well. One of their heroes, Peta Moylan, is standing by with Kelsey Wingert.
And you know what? He might need to switch places with Mel. He said he really did hurt his hamstring and that he belongs up there in the booth. So tell me where that hamstring's at right now, how it's going to be tomorrow.
I don't have any idea. I think I'm going to have to get a lot of water in me tonight, maybe some treatment, lower hamstring. It's okay on the walk, but when I went to grab that ball again at the end of the game, it just tweaked me a little bit. So I might be just standing around a bit tomorrow and get a runner like Luke did today, but I'm going to try to fight. You know that.
Who would administer the treatment?
You know what? It's probably going to be myself, I'll be honest. I've dealt with a lot of injuries in my time. I know how to deal with them. And the good thing is I come back from most of them, so I'll be back.
And for Loveia's, it seems like you guys are kind of built all around. You have good bowlers, obviously, and yourself. Dalton's a honey badger back there making plays. Yeah. Nicky Cass is finding the bat again. We know what Hammad can do. I mean, is this the best all-around team in the tournament?
I don't know about that. I know that I struggle with the bat, but as far as pitching and defense goes, I think we're as good as it gets. Ahmad today was unbelievable with the bat. Nicky was able to settle it down a little bit and get the ball in play, score some runs, which we haven't had from him the whole tournament. When that starts to click, I can do my job. Everybody's helping everybody, you know. It's a team that loves each other, you know what I mean?
Yes, but I feel like you've only seen like 3 pitches this entire tournament.
That's okay. That's probably where my strength is at, is not seeing any pitches. So I'm happy with that right now. I need a lot more training for the next time I come in this warehouse. But right now, I think we can work a plan that I stay away from the batter's box and we still get the team win.
Peta Moylan and Loveia's moves on to the semifinals.
All right, so the season comes to a close a bit too early yet again for Team Baggage, who's good enough to join us from the press room. Jake Storiale, most teams love to hit first. So at the opening coin toss, Loveia's wins, and they elect to hit the field because they wanted to put the pressure on you guys. Did it build from your first at-bat on?
No, cause I mean the first at bat, 6, feeling good. Let's go win. Then we got out, and then I don't know. It's a game of momentum. They got the momentum. We fought like hell, but I don't know. We didn't do enough in the first over.
Dalton, interesting strategy out of the gate where you guys win the coin toss. Most teams, in fact, every team this year, if that happens, they're like, we're striking first. You guys wanted to be in the field, and then it worked out perfectly. I mean, how much were you grinning ear to ear?
Oh, my gosh. You don't know the half of it, Rosie. It felt so good. We know our strengths, and at that moment, it was our defense and bowling. These guys executed perfectly. I got a couple of wickets. And then you know what? The bats came alive. We built off that strategy, put up a 60 spot in that first inning. Bam.
You know what, Rosie, too? It's something to be said about throwing the pressure right on them. You know, because they're thinking we're gonna pick up the stick. Yeah. Nope, actually, you guys are gonna have to show us first. Yeah. And then we're confident enough to take it home.
That's what we do.
Yeah, I came here to mash, and I didn't. And that's on me. And, you know, I feel awful. I feel pissed.
Well, Nicky, for you yourself, you talk about that. It did come together for you today. Was that all just part of what happened today in general, the pressure you were putting them under?
Yeah, you know, I just think before the game, we looked at each other. We said, this is who we're playing for, and no matter what happens, we're going to give everything we got. Yeah. And then, you know, the momentum kind of, once we had 20, and once they only scored 20, it was kind of like, all right, time to drop the hammer. And then there was really no pressure after that.
There's a lot of things that didn't go our way, from umpiring to the outside factor. We don't want to focus too much on it, but, you know, the boss is mad, and we're going to make some changes for sure.
Hammad, I thought you really came up defensively with the play of the game where you caught the ricochet and in one move spun and got Jake out. Do you feel like that was the difference maker and the tone setter?
I mean, like it's like team sports. Like everyone pitch in according to them. So like obviously, like we all did well, and obviously the result goes in our ways, and we are happy.
He's our best player by far, and we are right here, baby. All the way to the finals, baby. Let's go, man.
Hey, by the way, Hammad, if Father Shay is watching this right now, what do you want to tell him?
To get his Uber, go to airport, go home.
Well, we wouldn't be able to be here in this warehouse in this great tournament and bringing you some great press conferences if it weren't for our friends and our sponsors over at DraftKings. DraftKings Sportsbook is here to help you get closer to the action. Wondering what the DraftKings Sportsbook app offers? Well, check out DraftKings Parlays, same game parlays, and SGPXs. Combine multiple bets together from the same game for a shot at even a bigger payout. And if sports betting is still not available in your state, you don't got to worry because you can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win some cash prizes. So get some skin in the game and download the DraftKings app right now. And don't forget to use our promo code WAREHOUSE. That's promo code WAREHOUSE only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Peter Moylan's got 4 MLB saves. What's one?
Right. I told him, I said, dude, you face Miguel Cabrera, Mike Trout. What are you nervous about, dude? Yeah, like, you know. Yeah, so Shay says he's a big fan of me, but he thinks my name is Mike. And he's been calling me Mike every day. I just don't have the heart to tell him that my name's Nick. He says Mikey every time. Mikey this, Mikey that. He asked for restaurant recommendations the other day. And I watched him put my number in his phone, say my contact name, Mike.
Well, a tough one here from the quarterfinals. Baggage falls down. The Bosses still not getting a banner here in their warehouse, and their hardships in the Warehouse Cup continues. And as for Team Loveia's, they didn't even have to come up to bat in the 4th inning. Their defense proves to be dominant, and they move on to the semifinals as Team Baggage packs their bags just to sit here in the stands the rest of the tournament. But the quarterfinals aren't done yet. Before we go on to the semifinals, we have one game left. It's Del Caribe, likely the favorites of this entire tournament, taking on Team McFlurry Power. So for more information on that matchup, let's go ahead and get you up to the booth. Chris, Rose, and Mel, the last game of the quarterfinals.
It is time for the 4th and final quarterfinal matchup. It is Del Caribe taking on McFlurry Power. Once again, this is the pregame show presented to you by DraftKings. That's Mel. I am Chris. Kelsey's hanging out here as well. So here we go. Del Caribe was so good during the regular season. They didn't even have to hit twice in one of their games. I mean, I don't know how in the world McFlurry Power is going to be able to stop that potent offense.
It's quarterfinals. It's quarterfinals, Chris Rose, and some batshit cray-cray stuff has been going down in the warehouse. So anything actually could happen. I mean, the guy they've got to stop really, isn't it? Lou Dab, who I've renamed Lou Smash because that's what he does. He's been phenomenal all the way through, so that's going to be key for them to try and keep him quiet.
McFlurry Power, one of 3 teams that went winless during the regular season. K-Mac admitted, like, I don't even know what the hell's going on. I'm still confused by the rules. I don't know when to run, when not to run. Hopefully he has figured things out between the regular season and the postseason. They certainly have enough talent to compete, I think.
They definitely have enough talent. Look, I think one of the players who has really cottoned on to things quite well is Jack Meacher from England, one of our cricket district content creators, who's going to be facing up against his best mate, Toby Marriott, as well. So he's really come a long way. And K-Mac, he's wearing his cape today.
Oh, boy.
He's added that to the hat. I think he's up for this one.
Well, he's interested in hanging that 3rd straight banner. Remember, he was the goalie in Floorball Season 2. They won the crown. He was one of 2 dudes, along with Colin Stone, to win in Blitzball Battle 4. Can he keep the dream alive? We will find out. Kelsey Wingert is hanging out with both squads.
Well, Team McFlurry Power getting ready for quarterfinals, taking on a team that's been almost a powerhouse in this tournament. I think when people think of powerhouse in the warehouse, they think of McFlurry Power. So Del Caribe has kind of been a surprise. Do you guys have any kind of attack to slow down Lou at the plate?
I'm not even going to lie. You said we were playing a powerhouse, and I completely blanked on who we were even playing. So I'm not concerned about a single team in this tournament. The only team in this tournament that can beat us is ourselves. We've proven that in the first 2 games, and once we play some clean cricket, some clean ball and play, there's nobody in this tournament that can beat us.
You've probably been the most dominant team in the tournament this far. What do you think is the most impressive thing about y'all's play?
Our defense, right away. I mean, we're celebrating for wickets more than what we do for runs. So that's basically what we're trying to emphasize. So that's where it's at.
Justin, you guys are one of the most offensively balanced teams in this tournament, but you're the worst offensively, and we've seen how big defense has come up to be for these teams so far. What can you guys do to really start putting an emphasis on that?
I think not one of the other teams wanted to play us in the playoffs, so I think, yes, our defense hasn't been great, but it doesn't matter. It's gonna click in this game, and we're gonna upset a big team, and then, we go all the way to the final. Hopefully, I want hook line in the final, to be honest, but I think it's gonna click. All of us bring everything to the table, so no issues or worries in my head. We're gonna come out very positive with this game.
Toby, you are taking on your co-founder of Cricket District in Jack.
Yeah.
I guess what's the relationship like right now?
It's frosty. It's frosty to say the least,
Frosty.
Right now going into this game, we haven't really spoken over the last 24 hours, aside from a few jokes here and there. So, I'm excited to get going, excited to beat him. I normally beat him when it comes to challenges like this, so hopefully I can keep that run going.
How would you describe K-Mac to somebody who's never seen him or met him before?
Absolute specimen.
I was told whoever wins this game gets the channel and the other one is let go. Is that true?
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Vibe check. I'm all alone. It's going to be a solo vibe check. I think the vibes are pretty good. They've been better. They've definitely been better, but last game of the day, you know what? The vibes are great, actually. Caribe's up. They might put up 1 million runs. It's lonely in here, then. There's no one else here at all. I'm going up to my post to record statistics. Just in a dark hallway in Jersey City warehouse. Making content. The quiet live somber. The somber live great. The vibes are good, and they may even be great. Vibe check. Jack signing off.
All right, quick look at the SeatGeek playoff bracket. The winner of this game will square off against Loveia's in the semifinal matchup. And big picture, as we take a look at the Warehouse Cup standings, somebody's going to add 5 points to their kitty. And if it's McFlurry Power, that means they're going to lead the way. It's going to be a ton of fun. You could have 4 teams that have points, and you could have 4 teams that have 0 points through 2 of the 4 events in the 2024 calendar season. All right, it is time right now for predictions. Kelsey?
I've picked against Del Caribe once, and I will not do it again. We've seen it all from them, the offensive outburst we've seen, and also an emphasis on defense. That's what Joe said pregame. The biggest thing they're focusing on is defense. So for me, Del Caribe is the team to beat in this tournament, guys.
Wow. Chris, you know how easily I can be bought with swags.
Yes, we do know that.
Yeah. Guess what? I've had no love from either of these teams, so I'm going a different way. Right. Going into my research on the history of things in the warehouse, the last time you played was Blitzball, right? Now, Woogers made the semifinals, am I right?
Okay.
Yeah, and so did Loveia's. Yes.
Okay. I see where you're going.
Third team to make...
Hook line. Yeah.
What was the 4th team, Chris Rose?
McFlurry Power.
They're my pick.
Wow, you're going all 4. A repeat. Yeah, I'm not going against Del Caribe either. This is a different Joe's McFly. I have no idea what happens in the translation between blitzball and ball in play. Something's different. I know the length of pitch is shorter. I know there's more weight on the ball. But dude's a playa in this. Poppy, I'm with you and your squad. I'll see you in the semifinals against Loveia's. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, of course, we have to play the game on the cement. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night for the last of our 4 quarterfinal matchups. For Kelsey, for Mel, for our amazing production team here at John Boy Media, I am Chris. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in to the Pregame Show, presented to you by DraftKings.